bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Maggie Skura. Welcome back to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm going to take you back a couple of years. Think of how you felt as you watched what happened during and after Hurricane Katrina. I want to introduce you to somebody who was moved by that scene as well. He is Scott Myers-Lipton. He's an associate professor of sociology at San Jose State University. You and your students watched that happen, and you were moved to action.
That's right. It was almost 3 years ago we watched Spike Lee's video, When the Levees Broke, and we were so upset and concerned about the lack of response, not only those first 5 days, which we all saw. You know, the nation watched as people were on rooftops and waiting for help, but really over the next year, and now really over the next almost 4 years, of a lack of a coordinated effort to rebuild not just New Orleans, which was devastated, but really the whole Gulf Coast. The size of England was destroyed in our country. And so we said, well, what could we do? And we came up with the idea for what has become known as the Gulf Coast Civic Works Act, which is a very simple idea: provide 100,000 jobs for the Gulf Coast members, the residents and the evacuees, to come back and to rebuild their own communities. So they can build the hospitals, the schools, the parks, a real new deal for the Gulf Coast and the people of the Gulf Coast. So you
and your students have come up with a public works situation, a project or projects that you're hoping will sail through Congress.
That's right. So we actually we got a hold of Congressmember Zoe Lofgren, our Congressmember here in Santa Clara County, or in San Jose, and she was very interested. She had actually been in New Orleans right after as part of the Department of Homeland Security and saw it firsthand, so she wanted to do something, and so she introduced the bill for us. We had 27 members co-sponsor that legislation last session. It's going to be reintroduced on April 30th or close to that date, and so we are really gathering speed as it's about to be reintroduced. Our goal is to have 100 co-sponsors on that bill when it drops, to really get the attention of the leadership of Congress and say there is not only congressional members still concerned about the Gulf Coast and the lack of rebuilding that's gone on, but also that the community members, we're going to have over 400 people in DC in June 1st. And so if people are hearing this and are interested, that's something they could actually become involved with. We're going to bring 400 people to Washington, DC, and have a lobby day to mark the beginning of hurricane season, which is on June 1st.
And as we're speaking, we're showing information where people can reach your organization and find out more about it.
That's right.
And decide if they want to support in some way. Come with you to DC or support in other ways.
And I think, one thing that's been surprising to people, why do you care? It's 2,100 miles away from, the Gulf Coast is 2,100 miles away from San Jose. Why should we care? Well, we should care for a lot of reasons. One, if something happened to us here in California, like an earthquake, we would want the nation to respond. We would want them, if it was 4 years later, we'd want to have, running, whether it becomes the water system or our housing or our public parks, we'd want the nation to help rebuild that. And for many people, that has not happened. If you go to the lower 9th Ward, or you go to Gentilly, or some of the neighborhoods in Mississippi, that rebuilding is yet to happen.
Okay, just a couple of nuts and bolts. The bill would be seeking between $6 and $7 billion for these large public works projects.
Yeah, our estimate is right now the bill, as it's in draft form, it's being discussed as as this is being filmed. Whether a specific amount is in there, it'll be that's going to be a congressional decision if a specific amount is mentioned. But we estimate it's going to be about $6 to $7 billion a year, which on one level seems like a lot of money, but over $100 billion worth of damage was done in the Gulf Coast, and only $40 billion was actually put for public works, and only $20 billion of that has actually been spent.
And we're talking about parks, schools, hospitals, and potentially public housing.
That's right.
You've seen Professor Lipton here talking about all of these marvelous plans, and if you're inspired, as I am, give a call or check it out and find out more information. Thank you so much. Best of luck, and let us know what's happened. I hope you come back.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's it for now on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Maggie Skura. We'll have more later.